General Hospital shows Jason Morgan back in time for February sweeps, and we have 5 predictions on how the ABC soap will bring Stone Cold back onto the GH canvas. General Hospital. Jason Morgan back for February sweeps. Jason Morgan, Steve Burton coming back to GH in February sweeps, but you have to wonder how they'll bring him back to the character canvas. Last we saw, Jason was in a shootout in a tunnel in Greece. It collapsed on him, supposedly burying him in rubble on Nov 22, 2021. So how will he return after what should have been a deadly confrontation with Peter August? Wiz Ramsey? We've got 5 big soapy ideas to share with you. Number 1, sold to the highest bidder on GH. Remember when Victor Cassadine, Charles Shaughnessy, had Ethan Lovett, James Ryan, hostage, and was selling him at an auction? His mom, Holly Sutton, Emma Soms, went there with Felicia Scorpio, Christina Wagner, to bid on Holly's son. But they were outbid, and it turned out Tracy Quartermaine, Jane Elliott, was there in a giant hat and sunglasses to buy her stepson, Ethan, who of course is Luke Spencer's, Anthony Geary, son. Plus, we just had the Bobby Spencer, Jacqueline Zeman, human trafficking thing on General Hospital. So maybe Tracy finds out about another auction since she was at the one to buy Ethan. Maybe she's on some dark web email list now and gets offers to show up and buy people. That'd be pretty interesting since Jason is, after all, a Q, the son of Tracy's beloved brother Alan Quartermaine, Stuart Damon. Number 2, prisoner of the WSB on General Hospital. The reason the WSB angle sprang to my mind is that they love to get their hands on super soldiers. Plus, the WSB is being run by scary dude John Brennan, Charles Major. Last we saw him, he was getting arrested, but I don't expect that to stick. Brennan's got too much power for some basic cops to take him down. Maybe he's the one who has his hands on Jason Morgan, either to use as a human weapon for the WSB or for his shady organization, Pikeman Security. Heck, maybe at this point Jason is the big boss at Pikeman. They clearly didn't know where that plot was going when they started it, so maybe they'll throw Jason in there. Number 3, crushed into sanity GH. Remember decades ago on General Hospital, Jason Quartermaine was not a stone-cold killer. He was a good kid and aspiring medical student. But a drunken car crash, with his brother AJ at the wheel, and suddenly he forgot his family and how to feel, and wound up as Sonny Corinto's pet assassin. What if all those rocks falling on him knocked Jason back to being the way he was before? Maybe he's back to being Jason Quartermaine rather than Jason Morgan, dealer of death who likes black t-shirts, leather, and the biker look. If so, maybe he decided to stay out of Port Charles and start a new life, free of the mob, living like a normal human. Maybe he settled down in a little town in Illinois called Salem under a new name. Okay, I'm kidding about that last part. Salem is where Days of Our Lives is set, and that's the soap Steve Burton's been on for the past year. Really, amnesia's kind of a soap standard trope, so I have to mention it here. What if having all those huge tunnel chunks fall on him caused a traumatic brain injury, and he lost his memories? He might have crawled himself out. Someone found him and got him to a doctor. And he's still in Greece, where he's been living his life with no memories. In that case, will someone find him? Maybe Nicholas Cassadine, Adam Huss, when he takes off out of Port Charles on the run, possibly with his little son Ace Cassadine, Clay twins. I know a lot of people don't want an amnesia story, but maybe they just cured Isman so they can have Jason losing his mind, so they won't have 2 amnesia characters at the same time. Number 5, creepy preacher snatched stone cold. One last idea that's a little wilder but very soapy would be if Cyrus Renauld, Jeff Kober, got hold of Jason Morgan and has been holding him captive in Pawtucket as leverage against Sonny Corinto's Maurice Bernard. Or maybe he's been brainwashed into being one of Cyrus' minions. Remember there was that mystery person that met Mason Gatlin, Nathaniel Gray, behind General Hospital, and we never saw who it was. Maybe Jason was injured and the crush of rocks messed with his head and Cyrus somehow got hold of him. Perhaps he's been keeping him as some sort of an insurance policy to use against Sunny. Cyrus could have heard Jason is alive through his network of no-good men and acquired him while he was still in prison and kept him all this time. What's next for Jason on General Hospital? I hope whatever angle the writers choose, it's a good, soapy plot. I don't care as much about where he's been as I do about what he'll be doing when he's back. They had that promo with both Carly Corinthos Spencer, Laura Wright, and Sam McCall, Kelly Monaco, teasing two possible romantic possibilities. Or maybe it was just the two with Burton they thought would get the most attention to draw in viewers. We've only got a couple more weeks to wait, so be watching for hints and signs of how Jason Morgan will return to General Hospital. And we'll let you know when there are official spoilers about his comeback. For now, we're just talking about possible scenarios for his return. Nothing is known yet except that he is coming back. He started filming back in January after wrapping at Days in December, and February sweeps should be his return date. What do you think? Do you want Jason Morgan back as Stone Cold, as an amnesiac, or back as old-school Jason Q? And who do you want to see him partner with romantically once he's back on the ABC soap opera?